Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. You know, when it comes to relationships, they're very complex. Have you wondered why he's not leaving you? Even though you can see that the relationship, it seems to be weighing down, he's no longer interested in you. It could be few possibilities, and one of them is convenience. It's convenient for him to keep you in this relationship because he knows that you're not going anywhere. Maybe you could be married, or maybe you're not married but you've got a child with him, or maybe children with him. He knows you're not going anywhere because you're very patient with him. When he does something, he always comes back with this sobby story and you forgive him and you accept it. It becomes faithful for a couple of months. Everything becomes great. The relationship is great, and he does it again. And it goes back to the same routine. Because you tell yourself, it's better to be with this man that I know, the devil that I know, than having to go out there and find somebody else. Or who's going to accept me with children? I've already got children with him, so I might as well stay. Because of the second reason, which is fear of change. The fear of being alone just makes you want to be in that same position, even though you can see that this relationship is not going anywhere. Or maybe this relationship is already stagnant. You're already married to this person. And the uncertainty of starting a new relationship becomes daunting, especially if you're not married to this person. You give yourself all the excuses of why you should stay in this relationship, up to the point that you believe your excuses and you believe your own lies. Because of that fear that you have, the fear of the unknown. Change is good, but some people, they don't want to change. And yet we change over time our perspective of life and how we want to live. We end up compromising over time because we feel like he's a safe person to be with, than having to go out there and start a new relationship. The fear of getting out there and explore in a new relationship will let you stay in this relationship even though you can see that this person is no longer interested in you. But you believe in that person because they've been there for a long time. And yet they are there with you for their own selfish motives and reasons. And you end up sacrificing on staying with this person because sacrifices are willing to be made if you want to make it work. Because relationships are built in compromise and recognizing the sacrifices that needs to be made. But sometimes we do sacrifice even if it's not necessary to do so. We sacrifice our lives and our children's lives and stay in this relationship that is abusive just because that person is the father. And yet you're causing more damage to these children. You're bringing up a blue copy of what their father is doing, and they will continue to do it to someone else out there when they grow up. So that's the reason why he may not leave you, because you don't want to change. You have that fear of making that decisions for yourself and for the children's sake, all because you've got a child with him, even though you're not even married to him. And the next point you may not want to leave is because of comfort and familiarity. Sometimes people stay in relationships because they are comfortable and they're content, even though they can see that the romantic part of the relationship is no longer there. It's like really dead. But they just stay. Age can be one of them as well. You feel like being with another person is too much work. You have to start making yourself good, buy new underwear, trying to impress them, all those things. And yet you've become comfortable with that couch potato of a boyfriend that you chose to live with. By the time you know it, 10 years is gone. And probably he's not even marrying you. You become content with that situation because you're comfortable around them. You don't have to wear a mask in order to hide yourself. You don't even have to hide your true colors because he knows everything about you. You trust them enough that they're not going to leave you just because they've seen the real you. Because they're both content with each other. He might not be happy because everything has become a routine, but he's become content. So that's the reason why maybe he may not be leaving you. And the next reason why he's not leaving you, maybe you bond very well in bed with this person. Even though in this case doesn't make a man make a decision to marry you just because you bond very well with him in bed. Yes, it may excite him for that moment up to the point that he marries you. but it will come a point where he will cheat on you. So that's not even a guarantee. Today I had a conversation with this Uber guy, and he was telling me about what he does on the sideline besides driving an Uber. And it came to a point where he told me he was leaving his wife. I asked him, why did you get married to her anyway? He honestly told me that they bonded well in bed together. So this made me think that this person married this woman because they bonded well in bed, and maybe other reasons. And it goes to show how a lot of us don't communicate our needs before marriage, which goes to show that at times you can bond very well together in bed, but it doesn't guarantee a lifetime marriage. Next point why you could not be leaving is because of obligations. There may be perceived obligations and pressure. Maybe it could be social, financial, or just familiarity that makes this person not to leave this relationship, because leaving can be challenging. We just fulfill these obligations because they're part and parcels of the relationship. You might have kids, and you've made it an obligation to bring in those kids together, whether you're married or not. So the next point why he's not leaving you, because he's got a hope that there will be an improvement in this relationship. He might believe that this relationship will improve, maybe with much effort and time. And it doesn't at times. And this person might become frustrated. Sometimes he may hint that you need to lose weight, and you're still sitting there eating it because you're so comfortable with this person. So that is why it's important to communicate honestly with your partner with regards to your feelings and concerns, because this conversation can provide clarity where you both stand and what you both want for the future. When he tells you that he wants to leave, you become so overwhelmed that you start discussing this with your family and friends with the hope that they will solve your problem. And yet this is when you need a professional person to solve the problem, because they can be able to make sense of how the problem started. That is why we've got so many people that are in relationships or even marriage and they're not happy, because some they made wrong decisions and they ended up where they are, and it's now difficult to leave. Or maybe some they're just content. Maybe so many reasons why he's not leaving you. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. God bless you.